loves, welcome back to our channel. My name is Jen. In today's video, we would like to discuss to you about the visitor visa or the subclass 600 visa to Australia. Supposed to be I'll be doing the student visa first, but please forgive me. That video is too long and a complicated process, and honestly I wasn't able to complete that video yet. Unlike the visitor visa or subclass 600 is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump in. So what is a visitor visa? A visitor visa allows us to visit Australia as a tourist to see our family and friends. You can stay up to 12 months in Australia in this visa, but usually Australia will only grant 3 months of a visitor visa, but it depends on each applicant because each of us has different circumstances. Like for example, if you have a family or a relative in Australia that can sponsor you, then they might grant your visitor visa longer. In a visitor visa, you are not allowed to get paid work in Australia. You must be a genuine tourist and to prove yourself that you can support yourself financially for 3 months, and you should prove to the immigration that you intend to return home. A return ticket, for example, is a proof that you intend to return home. And you should leave Australia before your visa expires. However, if you want to stay longer in Australia, you should apply another visitor visa before your current visitor visa expires. And how to apply a visitor visa or subclass 600 visa in Australia online. Please watch this. To apply for a visitor visa or subclass 600 to Australia, we need to go to Immigration and Citizenship Australia website. Then we click the menu, click Visas, then click Getting a Visa, and click List of all visas. Then we look for our visa, which is Visitor Visa Subclass 600. This is the Visitor Visa Subclass 600 that we need to apply. Here we can see the Subclass Visa 600. First is the tourist stream, apply in Australia, and the cost is from $380. And next, visitor visa is the tourist stream, apply outside Australia, and the cost is from 150 Australian dollars. Next, visitor visa is the sponsored family stream, and the cost is 150 Australian dollars. For now, let's apply tourist stream, apply outside Australia. To start applying this, we click Details. And here we can see the overview of this visa and click Apply. And now we are here at the IMI account. And here we provide the username and password of our IMI account and then click Login. First page is the terms and conditions, and let's take I have read and agree to the terms and conditions and click Next. And the first question is our current location. Is this applicant currently outside Australia? And the answer is yes. Here, give the current location of the applicant and their legal status at this location. Current location is Philippines. The legal status is citizen. The purpose of stay, select the stream the applicant is applying for. We will choose tourist stream. And there's a note here. Once the application has been lodged, the stream cannot be changed. For more information on each stream, click on the help icon above. And we have here the list of all reasons for visiting Australia. And let's choose tourism. And also, if you are visiting family, you can also put family visit. And then give details of any significant dates on which the applicant needs to be in Australia. So, for example, we want to be there in Australia on the 25th of December 2022. Through processing, is this application being lodged as part of a group of applications? The answer is no, because you are the only one applying for this visa. Special category of entry. Is the applicant traveling as a representative of a foreign government or traveling on a United Nations license buzzer? I don't know about that. The answer is no. COVID-19 related travel restrictions. Did the applicant hold a previous visitor visa that was impacted by COVID-19 restrictions? The answer is no. And click next. And in this page, we need our passport details. We should provide our family name, our given names, sex, date of birth, passport number, country of passport, nationality of passport holder, date of issue, date of expiry, and place of issue or issuing authority. Next question, does this applicant have a national identity card? The answer is no, because we don't have an identity card. If you have an identity card, answer yes. The Pacific Australia card is issued through an invitation process to Pacific leaders. If the applicant does not hold a Pacific Australia card, select no for this question. Is the applicant a Pacific Australia card holder? No. And then we provide the place of birth. First is the town, next is the state or the province, and then country of birth. Next is the relationship status, never married. Next, other names or spellings. Is the applicant currently or have ever been known by any other name? The answer is no. Citizenship. Is this applicant a citizen of the selected country of passport? Yes. Is this applicant a citizen of any other country? No. Previous travel to Australia. Has this applicant previously traveled to Australia? No. Has this applicant previously applied for a visa to Australia? No. Grant number. Does this applicant have an Australian visa grant number? The answer is no. Other passports or documents for travel. Does this applicant have any other passports or documents for travel? No. Other identity documents. Does this applicant have other identity documents? No. Next is health examination. Has this applicant undertaken a health examination for an Australian visa in the last 12 months? The answer is no. And click next. The next page is the critical data confirmation. You should confirm that the following information is correct and that it is in the correct fields. And there is a question below, is the above information correct? And our answer is yes, and then click next. The next page is the traveling companions. Each person traveling to Australia must submit a separate visitor visa application. This includes children and other family members. Listing a person's name on this page does not mean that the person has applied for a visa. Question: are there any other persons traveling with the applicant to Australia? If you only travel alone, then click no and then click next. The next page is contact details. We need to provide our usual country of residence. And also below, the applicant may be required to attend an Australian government office for an interview. Question: which is the closest office to the applicant's current location? So we need to choose which office closest to us. Next is residential address. Note that a street address is required. A post office address cannot be accepted as a residential address. We need to provide the country, the complete address, a suburb or town, state or province, and the postal code. Next is contact telephone numbers, and I would like to give my mobile phone. Next question: is the postal address the same as the residential address? The answer is yes. Then provide your email address and click next. Next page is the authorized recipient. Does the applicant authorize another person to receive written correspondence on their behalf? If you are applying your own visitor visa, then click No, and then click Next. Next page is non-accompanying members of the family unit. Does the applicant have any members of her family unit not traveling to Australia who are not Australian citizens or Australian permanent residents? If you have a family, then click Yes, and then you can add your family members here by clicking Add. And then supply the relationship to the applicant, the family name, given names, sex, date of birth, and country of birth, and click Confirm. If you are done adding the names of your families, click Next. The next page is Entry to Australia. Does the applicant intend to enter Australia on more than one occasion? The answer is no. How long does the applicant plan to stay in Australia? Length of stay in Australia is 3 months. Planned arrival date, let's say 25th December 2022. And the planned departure date is the same. Next is study while in Australia. Will the applicant undertake a course of study in Australia? The answer is no. Relatives, friends, or contacts in Australia. Will the applicant visit any relatives, friends, or contacts while in Australia? If you have friends or relatives, then you tick Yes. If no, then tick No, and then click Next. The next page is Visa applicant's current overseas employment. You need to input your current employment details. Employment status, if you are employed, then put employed, and then you provide the details of your employment here. After you provide your employment details, you provide your email address below and then click Next. The next page is financial support. Give details of how the applicant's stay in Australia will be funded. If you are funding on your own travel, then click Self-Funded. Next question, what funds will the applicant have available to support their stay in Australia? And I would like to put salaries here. And then click Next. Next page is Health Declaration. In the last 5 years, has any applicant visited or lived outside their country of passport for more than 3 consecutive months? The answer is no. Does any applicant intend to enter a hospital or a healthcare facility, including nursing homes, while in Australia? The answer is no. Does any applicant intend to work as or study or train to be a healthcare worker or work within a healthcare facility while in Australia? The answer is no. Does any applicant intend to work, study, or train within aged care or disability care while in Australia? The answer is no. Has any applicant ever had or currently have tuberculosis, been in close contact with a family member that has active tuberculosis, or ever had a chest x-ray which showed an abnormality? The answer is no. During their proposed visit to Australia, does any applicant expect to incur medical costs or require treatment or medical follow-up for blood disorder, cancer, heart disease, hepatitis, HIV, kidney, mental illness, pregnancy, or respiratory disease? The answer is no. Does any applicant require assistance with mobility or care due to a medical condition? The answer is no. And click Next. The next page is the character declarations. Have any applicant ever been charged with any offense that is currently awaiting legal action? No. Has any applicant ever been convicted of an offense in any country, including any conviction which is now removed from official records? No. Has any applicant ever been the subject of a domestic violence or family violence order or any other order of a tribunal court, another similar authority for the personal protection of another person? No. Has any applicant ever been the subject of an arrest warrant or Interpol notice? No. Has any applicant ever been found guilty of a sexually based offense involving a child, including where no conviction was recorded? No. Has any applicant ever been named on a sex offender register? No. Has any applicant ever been acquitted of any offense on the grounds of unsoundness of mind or insanity? No. Has any applicant ever been found by a court not fit to plead? No. Has any applicant ever been directly or indirectly involved in or associated with activities which would represent a risk to the national security in Australia or any other country? No. Has any applicant ever been charged with or indicted for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, torture, slavery, or any other crime that is otherwise of a serious international concern? No. Has any applicant ever been associated with a person, group, or organization that has been or is involved in criminal conduct? No. Has any applicant ever been associated with an organization engaged in violence? No. Has any applicant ever served in a military force, police force, state-sponsored private militia, or intelligence agency, including secret police? The answer is no. Has any applicant ever undergone any military, paramilitary training, been trained in weapons, explosive, or in the manufacture of chemical, biological products? No. Has any applicant ever been involved in people smuggling or people trafficking offenses? No. Has any applicant ever been removed, deported, or excluded from any country, including Australia? No. Has any applicant ever overstayed a visa in any country, including Australia? No. Has any applicant ever had any outstanding debts to the Australian government or any public authority in Australia? No. And click Next. The next page is visa history. Has the applicant held or does the applicant currently hold a visa to Australia or any other country? No. Has the applicant ever been in Australia or any other country and not complied with visa conditions or departed outside their authorized period of stay? No. Has the applicant ever had a visa for Australia or any other country refused or cancelled? No. And click Next. And the last page is the declarations. Warning: giving false or misleading information is a serious offense. We should tick yes in all declarations, and we're done. I guess that's all for the visitor visa or subclass 600 in Australia. We hoped that we have helped you in processing your own visitor visa application online. If you have any queries or clarifications, please comment below, or you may send me a message through my email address that flashes on your screen, or you may call Australia Immigration to answer all your queries. And don't you worry, student visa application online will be ready soon. Thank you so much for watching on our videos. You take care, and I'm sending all my love to you.